Let's talk about search and acquisition in this year in 2020, when we as users we have the ability, we have the capability to ask for anything in our context, right? And this is us. We are basically all over the world. We have more than 6 million users, and as I was telling you, we love data. We are an online visibility management platform. That's pretty much everything about us. Let's talk about data, right? So since the beginning of 900s, you can see here 1900s. You can see that we started with the industrial era. We saw some revolutions in the age of distribution with transport going crazy. Then at the beginning uh, of the last 2 decades, in this case, it's three. Time is passing really fast. We saw that in the information age, there is something really important with the upcoming internet, right? Right now in 2020, we saw some really interesting changes about what is happening with users, because pretty much everyone this year during the since March till today, they were online. Basically, the whole world went online. Businesses that they were expecting to be migrating from offline to online in the next 5 years, they say, oh no, if I need to survive, I need to do it now. So we saw a really high amount of businesses, people going online. So this is the user era starting from this year. And of course, when we're talking with different C-level people during their long meetings, during their long sessions, they are talking about three main things. The first one is all the information that they can gather about the user, right? Then the second topic is, of course, the price of the products or services. Do they need to increase that? Do they need to give more discounts? Do they need to create new differentiated prices? And the last one, of course, is place, where they can find more users, where they can be in order to engage those users. And for so, we can see that these days we are not only empowered as users, but also we have rights. And that means that wherever you are in your own context, you can have whatever you want, right? I remember the beginning of this year, I was in Australia trying to it was 2 a.m. in the morning, and I was really hungry because I just arrived from Singapore, and I wanted to eat something really related to my culture. I'm from Latin America, so I was thinking to order some Mexican food. Right, 2 a.m. Australia. It was easy as taking my phone and just calling the delivery company. Easy. But the same thing happening is happening everywhere. No matter the country you are, if you are in Europe, you are in the States, if you are in Africa, you are in the Middle East, in Asia, you can do that. So we can have everything we want in the exact same moment. So the expectation that we can get what we want in our immediate context and moment of need. That's what makes us users so special. And that's something that we are going to be measuring today in terms of data. So user discovery has branched. We have several sources. There is not only one single place where you can find all the users for your marketing campaigns. So we can have different types of sources. We have direct traffic, we have referral, we have organic, we have paid. But we need to understand, okay, what is happening overall? What is the whole picture about what is happening in the COVID after pandemic situation? And that's why we had this research. We surveyed, as I was mentioning here, 2,000 of the most important e-commerce businesses in different industries: fashion, consumer electronics, health and beauty. And we try to understand what is happening with them, because basically they were the most affected in good terms. Let's start with the search term buy online. And you can see here the trend. This is a global trend for all um, for all countries. And you can see here that the amount of people searching by buy online just double up since the beginning of February, and it's kind of up for it was up for about 4 months. Then it's going slightly down, but we can see that okay, it was really up year over year. Of course, with the information about what is the situation with traffic that is going to e-commerce businesses, the more popular ones. The situation there is really optimistic. Well, it's more than optimistic. You can see the numbers that they are going up for all the e-commerce businesses overall. The situation was presumed to be good in 2020, but it was more than good. It was exceptional, right? So what is happening with different categories? So if we are dividing e-commerce businesses by categories, for example, we have here the winners of this situation: home and garden, food and groceries, and sport and outdoors. So you can see here the big winner is home and garden. All those articles that you can order that you want to use because all the people were at home at some point and they were just trying to make their lives more easy, beautiful, and more um, normal, right? Another type of information that we gathered here was okay. So, what are the sources of that traffic for these um, big brands on the e-commerce industry? And we saw that the main source still is by far direct traffic. That means that all the people that know the brand, so the brand name is really important. You're not going to buy from someone that you don't know. That's the second one. You need to do the keyword. You need to do the search. You need to have those keywords in the right place. That's why the search source of traffic is in the second place. Then you have referral, social, and paid. So by far, direct traffic and search are the main attractors for new users. So brand awareness, brand optimization, and search engine optimization. SEO is one of the most important ones here. What is happening with branded versus non-branded traffic? So branded traffic means that someone is mentioning the name of the company, the name of your brand. Non-branded means that they are just mentioning the product, the service that they need without any brand. Easy to understand, right? So you can see here, branded traffic is the orange color, and non-branded traffic is the yellow color for each industry. As you see here, branded traffic is really important for some industry, like it's vital for the fashion industry. So if you are any top brand in the fashion industry, people they are more with you because the name that you built, because all the branding that you created are around your company. But if you are in the sport or gifts industry, so the brand awareness, the branded traffic is only 2%, 9%, and that means that all the rest of the people are gonna go to search information and they're gonna go for the specifics of the product without taking into notice the brand. So they even don't care about who's the brand. I want to solve my problem. So this difference are more noticeable during this period, as you can check here with the data. And what about the call to action words when these companies are doing ads? So they're creating their advertising text and they are including these top three CTAs or call to action. This is something also very interesting. Let's take a look at some of them. So, for example, for the gifts and flowers, the most important thing that is attracting people is day delivery, local florist, then farm fresh. You can see consumer electronics, trusted scenes, because the trust factor is important. Then for the rest, you can see the three more important CTAs. If we only take the top one of each industry, we can see what is the interest of the people in related to a certain product or service: high quality, new arrivals, customer service, free samples, uh, top brands, trusted scenes, and of course, day delivery, right? Fast, I want high quality, I want something really new, I want support, I want help. So if we take the top one CTAs from each industry, the winners here, we can build a beautiful message as well for any industry. And well, what about the products, right? What are the most popular products and the fast growing products year over year? So we are comparing 2020 and 2019, the most when we had the peak of the traffic for these products. You can see frozen bread, the growth was 414%. uh, Cheese gift box, more than 300%. Then webcams, yoga mats, puzzles, globes, outdoor toys, and so on. So you can see all these products were really popular. Some of them are still there because, okay, everybody wanted that. That's something that went really, really exceptional. We believe that this number is not going to be repeated anyway sooner. And also, as we see for if we see, for example, the traffic for only the top e-commerce platforms till October, so till the last month, is still up the same level as it was at the beginning of January. So we can see that things are changing really fast for them. But the prediction for next year is going to be that nothing bad is going to happen. It's going to be happening to them. What else we have here? So people are searching for different stuff. They're searching more than ever, but there is not only one way to search for stuff. We don't have only one search engine. We have several. We have tons of them. One of Some of them are, for example, Trivago. People are searching for information, for feedback there. For travels, we have eBay for products, Amazon even more for products. We have TripAdvisor, we have Pinterest. People are searching for information there as well. And of course, we have also passive ways to search for stuff. In YouTube, I spend most of my day searching for new videos, information there, and also for fun stuff. We have also Twitter, we have TikTok, we have Facebook. We have several new ways to search for something. And if we are comparing between different countries, you can see that in some countries, Google is not the main search engine, right? You can see that in some countries, for example, in Japan, is Yahoo, or in other countries, like, for example, in Germany, they're searching more stuff on YouTube and so on. So, just taking a look what people and how people are using the search engines overall, it is creating a picture for all of us to say, okay, the user intent, the user activity is changing by country, is changing the way they are searching as well things. And of course, we believe that when in the upcoming years, what is going to be the focus for marketers? Marketers should be answering the following questions when they're trying to find more users, because that's one of the major goals for each of us. The first question is, what objectives are users looking for? So they need to understand the search intent. The second major question here: how do users search? Where exactly are doing those are typing those search queries? And the third one is, what should I offer to users? So identifying the optimal product, their optimal message for them. So these three questions are the main ones that you need to be asking every single month in order to find new users. And how this new way that users are searching for stuff is going to be changing the marketing budgets. This is the major part. This is the most important part of this presentation, because here we have some numbers. And let's see what is going to be the growth till 2020. So overall, the amount of money, the amount of budget for display advertising worldwide is going to be just going up. The numbers taken by, if we can see here, starting from 2007, then we go till 2020 as the prediction, it's just going to be going up. And even with the modification for this year, because this is an exceptional year, they're going to be just going up in any for all these categories. Display online videos, social media, or for search as well. And at the in the first place, we're going to be seeing the display strategy, and then we see that is search overall. And of course, what is going to be happening overall with the industry, with all the channels that are offering us the opportunity to promote our services and products. So internet overall is still the big winner, right? In 2019, we saw that, okay, it was in third place still, but in 2023, with all the changes that we have from this year, we saw that, okay, it's going to be even more important than television, than radio, than your outlets, media outlets, all together. All that information that we can receive from the internet, and the way that we can promote from them is going to be altogether more important, more popular than the rest of the channels. And when we are thinking about what about the spending overall in each channel, right? So for the years to come, you can see here the overall spending in 2018 was around $97 million, right? Or then we can see that the increase year over year is going to be 49%. From this year till the next year is going to be a 3% growth, then only 1%, then only 2%. At 3% growth in our industry and the digital marketing industry, it's just a lot of money. So for next year, the amount of businesses that are going to be investing on digital marketing is just going to be growing. And what we as marketers we need to do in order to be part of it. So we also believe that we have three types of marketers. The advanced marketers, that they are going to be working basically with data. So they're not going to be doing focus groups. They're just going to be acquiring data from other technological companies. And with their big laboratories, innovation laboratories, they're going to be taking all the touch points so they can create the profile of their users in a massive way. The intermediate marketers, they're going to be concentrated on the users. They're going to be asking, surveying, they're going to be having networking sessions with them. So everything that the user wants, we are going to be building products around user opinions. And the small companies, the small businesses, they will be increasing their budget in marketing for ads, basically to be a part of that environment, to be part of this industry. All the companies that they were out of the digital marketing world, they are coming with an idea that they can be part of this industry, but they want to do it fast. That's why they're going to be spending a lot of money on ads. And of course, it's going to be difficult for everyone to prove the ROI, the return on investment. It was difficult the last year. It was difficult 3 years ago, and even it's going to be even more difficult because when you are investing budget on PPC on SEM, you are not getting the ROI in the next 3 months, in the next half of year. Maybe you're not getting in the next 3 years, as you can see here in the graph. For some of the strategies, the return of investment is really difficult to measure, but it needs to be there in order to escalate those processes. So you can see here that SEO, for example, The lowest ROI is 50%. For display advertising, the one of at the bottom, you can see that they don't use any way of measuring the ROI is 33%. So very difficult to measure the result, but people trying to um, have these strategies in a good shape. And of course, there are going to be three trends that are going to be changing making the difference in our industry. The first trend is 50% of all marketers are going to be just cutting up their advertising budget. Why is that going to be happening? Well, not because that they're going to be decreasing the amount of budget, but they're going to be cutting the amount of budget for the channels that we were using till now, because there are other search engines, there are other channels that they need to be aware of, and they want to invest there as well. Amazon is going to be one of them. Amazon is going to be taking a big part of those budgets. Then we can see that there are a lot of companies that are going to be investing on voice search. Why is that? Well, basically, every person in this planet with a mobile device, they already have an assistant there by default. I know not everybody of us are using those assistants, but companies are investing a lot of money developing this kind of technology for their own good. And if we go a little bit farther, how it's going to be changing the user acquisition in the future? We can see that every website is going to be losing traffic. Traffic that doesn't mean conversions. Traffic doesn't mean more money. Traffic means that only the attention of the people is going to be defurcated. We have some data to back up this hypothesis. So during the September last year, and this is with the last time when we saw updated data, because there were some legal problems, a big scandal with this company called Jumpshot. Here we see the digital path of users, and we saw something really interesting. That is, 56% of users on Google, they are not clicking on anything. So it's more than 50% of the use last year. And we saw information from 2018, and that was only 45%. So that means that year over year, the number of people searching on Google, they are not clicking on any results. Then we can see here that 39%, about 40% of the people who are searching on Google, they are clicking on organic results. Only 40%, right? So there is a lot of work that we need to implement there to be visible on Google. And only 4%, they are clicking on advertising. So this information is telling us that there is a big black hole on the clicks from Google. So you don't need to be worried about losing traffic, because those results that appear at the beginning of the first page of Google are not basically for acquiring clicks, are basically for brand awareness. If people are going to be clicking on those results, are going to be very impressed. You can just, for example, do this exercise. You can you can type on Google, what is and the name of your company, or what is and the name of your best product, right? In this case, if you type what is SEMrush, right, you will have a beautiful feature snippet with one paragraph telling all the information about what is SEMrush, right? Or how to use the name of your service, the name of your product. If you receive a feature snippet, you're not going to be clicking on those results, but you're going to be receiving all the information from that. If you are interested, you're going to be passing this to the second search activity, which is going to be how much I need to pay, or I want to have more information about the demo, for example, right? Or I want to get a free promo. And there are some companies these days, for example, we have Citizens Bank in the US, that right now they don't care about the traffic. Amount of traffic is not anyhow a way of measuring for them. They are measuring brand impact. By measuring brand impact, they are taking into account the amount of feature snippets that they are owning. So for each branded keyword, they have a feature snippet. Right now, they have more than 587. That's a lot of feature snippet for a single for a single company. That's why they this number is because they started working on this only the last year, and it's a very competitive industry, right? Let's see what is happening, for example, in India. There is another financial company, a fintech company called Bank Bazaar, which is pretty much a marketplace for financial institutions. These people are they own more than 12,000 feature snippets. So these guys are really professional at the things that they are doing. And we wanted to analyze, and we analyze how they are doing it. And they're pretty much using a structure of building feature snippets inside every single URL. If you enter to Bank Bazaar, you're going to be noticing the special format for each piece of content that they have. So they have the title, they have the header in form of a question or a solution for a problem, and after the header or after the titles, they have a list. They have everywhere, all over the place, they have several thousands of lists. So how to open a bank account, how to recover a listing, how to change the mortgage rate. So all the questions that they receive from the users, they have the exact amount of information to be shown as a feature snippet. So that's the way companies are doing this, because they know that at some point people are not going to be clicking on that result, but they need to build more trust around their own products, their own services, and the feature snippets are a really good way to do that. And of course, we have Amazon. Amazon is forcing already marketers to reevaluate their budget spendings on ads. Why is that? So if you can see here that in different countries, right? We have US, Spain, and Italy. You can see that how many searches are taken in Amazon and how many searches are made on search engines. In this case, Google, right? So by far, Amazon is the search engine leader for searching products. Products details is the winner right now. And that happened already in 2017. More than 50% of the searches related to products are made not on Google, but on Amazon. And that's why if you are selling any products, Amazon needs to be your first source of information and inspiration. 65% of Amazon users, and just for your information, they don't even notice that they were seeing ads. So they don't recognize the presence of advertising into the Amazon feed. That means that Amazon are doing a really interesting job over there. So you can see that not only Amazon is working really great with their own advertising system, but also if you are an Amazon reseller, you can see there that you have special beta programs. If you are an advertiser, sorry, also you have exclusive data for partners, which means that you can have more information about what is happening with other competitors, and then you also can have consultancy. You will have one person that is going to be related and is going to be working with you through the to have better ads. And so you can see, for example, this is an Amazon screenshot. You can see that, okay, maybe this is an ad, or maybe the other one, or maybe the other. Oh, everything looks like an ad. So all these are real. So you are not taking into account that these or those can be ads and that can be sponsored, but you are more taking into account the stars, the comments, the feedback. You are taking into account more the price, right? The things that really matter for us. So the ads are kind of not visible. In this page, you can see there are two ads and they're really well distributed. So I don't see the ads at the bottom, at the top position, or at the bottom. as we do on Google, right? So it's a very interesting way to show this type of advertising. This is a comment from a CEO of a multinational food and drink company that everybody knows, but I'm not going to mention their name. So we have started to decrease our investments in Google to invest in Amazon in the USA, and I hope the same to happen in Europe from time to time. So companies, big companies, are moving. So the data that I was showing you from the beginning is with this type of comments are witnessing that this change is already happening. Of course, when we are seeing the way that big brands, big companies, tech companies are working, we need to notice that Amazon is a different type of monster. Google, the 80% of the revenue is coming from ads. 85% of the revenue is coming from ads. So that means, okay, that's their business. Facebook, 98% of the revenue is coming from ads. That's their business model. Amazon, only 4% of the revenue is coming from ads. If you can see the numbers here, you can see, okay, Amazon is kind of another type of company, right? But they are really interested in investing on this kind of technology. How do we know that? So basically, if you we see the revenue from ads from Amazon, we see that that's a really great stuff. That's a really great work, and this is just gonna be up even for 2022. This year, Amazon was the big winner all over the world. Amazon Food Delivery was doing a really great job, and all over the place from the next 2 years, this is going to be happening as well. Also, voice search is going to be playing a really important role in discovering new users. Not yet, but at some point. How do we know that? So basically, we can see that we made a research based on voice search devices, and we try to identify the source of information of these results. And if you remember, I was mentioning you a lot about these big feature snippets that are stealing the traffic from the first page of Google, right? So guess what? 80% of all answers that are come from a voice search device, they are coming from search features, and 70% are coming from feature snippets, which means that, okay, this technology that is changing the way people are searching and are consuming information is also being used to give me a voice search result. Why? But it's not only that. 11% of those results are coming from people also asked, which are other related questions made by users. If you are searching for anything with including a question, so what is, where is, what, how to, etc., you're gonna have a feature snippet, and at the bottom you're gonna have a people also asked result. This is the hint here. In order to be featured on a featured snippet, you need to rank at least on the first 5 positions of Google. That keyword needs to be a really good one, and you need to be a really trustful source to be ranked by that keyword. But for the people also asked result, we found out that you don't need to rank in the first page of Google, in the second page of Google, or even in the 10th page of Google. So the first 10 pages of Google, nah, you just need to have the right format and the right information about the service, about the product that you are creating content around. So for doing this, we found out that, okay, this technology is progressing. The information from featured snippets is just going up, and that means that we need to do something here. What we can do? So we need to think about what is interesting for the users in terms of questions, right? And the content that needs to be written for being featured on a featured snippet as a result of a voice search query, you need to have text really simple. An 11 or a 15-year-old kid needs to be able to understand that text that text, so it needs to be really easy to understand. Then the answers needs to be really fast, so speed for every website, it's going to be more important than ever. So it's not going to be how fast you are. You need to be the fastest web page to load. So Google is going to be taking that information for a voice search result, which is also really fair. Nobody wants to wait for, hey, what is the weather? And you're waiting for more than 3 seconds, right? And also that page, that URL that you are willing to create for acquiring feature snippet, you need to have a lot of links, both internal and external to external sources, to be matched, to be featured in a search feature result, in a feature snippet result. And where you can find information for those questions, right? So how do I know what people are asking about my products or services? You can use different services. These two are the best ones out there because are the easiest to use. You can use this tool called Answer the Public. So you just need to make one input, the name of your product or the service that you are willing to promote. Then you will receive all the cluster of subtopics with questions, which is pretty much what you need in order to create content that is going to be elaborated for acquiring feature snippets. Or we have a product called Topic Research by SEMrush, by the SEMrush team, that is giving you the same information as the Answer the Public, but with more data, which means we have the volume, how many people are interested in that, and of course we have the difficulty level, how difficult is going to be working, ranking for that topic. And overall, from there, you can go and create content based on what people are searching for. So creating content around questions is a great idea. Why is that? Because voice search is going to be the next big thing. Maybe not this year, maybe not in 2 years, but that is something that is going to be coming. Let me tell you why. We have three hypotheses here. The first one is that in the next 3 years, smart assistants, and everybody has one, they're going to be improving the ability to answer complex questions. So, for example, location and shopping, they're going to be already good to go with our context. We have an algorithm called BERT that is 100% enabled already on Google. So this is already happening now, but in the next 3 years, that's going to be even better. They started with 100% BERT only the last month. That means that our context, where we are, that's something that Google is taking more control on. In the next 3 to 5 years, we think that the artificial intelligence is gonna be starting to anticipate user needs before performing the search. So that means that the assistants are gonna be proactively working into our day by day lives. They're not gonna be taking hard decisions, tough decisions. But if you don't have milk, if you didn't paid your internet promoter, so things that you are doing in a daily base without, or in a monthly base, just the assistants are going to be helping you with that in an automated base. But in the next 5 or even more years, we think that the artificial intelligence is going to be taking more decisions. They are going to be making those decisions on by affinities and habits that they learned from us. So they're going to be able to make small purchases without the explicit consent of the user. So every single time this type of technology is going to be involved in our lives. That's why this type of search results, such as feature snippets, people also ask, are so important for any brand today, because in the next few years, we're going to be having just one search query, our voices, and only one result, the action or the information that is inside of that search feature, which makes us think about the next thing. First one, carefully study your user's journey. This is not the moment to think to invest on one single channel. We are living in a multi-channel um, reality right now, and there are different sources for acquiring users. Basically, don't think only about one single strategy, think about different ones and choose the best tactics to go there. Second one, analyze how your potential users are actually engaging on those platforms and be part of their journey. So if your users are on Facebook, you need to be there, of course. If your users are on Pinterest, you need to be there. Find when your users are. And if your users are everywhere, you need to have more people working for your marketing team. Then you need to think about the position of your brand and or your products in each of stages of the journey, and you need to think, of course, about voice search. This type of technology is going to be the next big thing, not next year, not in 3 years, but maybe from 3 to 5 years it's going to be there with us. Basically, that's everything that I wanted to share. The era of the user is here. We need to be promoting more about how we can help our users and less about how about the products that we are providing to them. Thank you very much.
Hey, Fernando, hold on. Questions for you. What part of the Latin America are you from?
Oh, I actually live in different places. I was born in Chile, but I was raised in Bolivia. Then I was studying in Argentina.
Interesting, amazing background. So I've got a question here from looks like Licia. She says, also often see these awesome stats showcasing charts for first world countries, but people, local clients often say this doesn't apply to us here in South Africa. That's a fantastic example. So, if you're looking at the developing world, what are the kind of projection paths we're yet to follow and see with these stats that really are going to influence them at a more, not necessarily a first world look, if you will.
Yes, that's a really great question, and because of I'm also coming from non-developed
Yeah.
countries, I can see that most of the path that European countries or U.S. Cities are passing. Uh, Non-developing countries are not going to be suffering um, working on that because they already have. I know several friends in Senegal are also in Cote d'Ivoire that they didn't have in any way a computer, but they have a mobile device. All of them they have mobile devices, and all of them are connected to the internet. In some cases, I see that they are so well connected that they are just writing messaging more than ever. And of course, they are using search engines here, Google or others that they have there. So for those countries, this applies as well. Why? Because they are the first that are using this kind of technology, the voice search technology. If you are taking into account that the level of user acquisition is not going up because of the technology that they're using, these countries they already have the technology, and even more, they're using more than all other countries. But of course, the in the way that you need to invest on those specific tactics for this marketing, basically you need to build more trust and you need to have a really fast website for mobile devices. Mobile devices is the first thing there.
Yeah, well, great presentation. Really appreciate your time today. Be safe and well there in the Czech Republic, and I'll look forward to speaking with you yet another day.
Thank you. Have a great day, Kenneth.
All right, buddy.
Bye.